Okay, welcome to the Yoga Teacher Experiment. My name is Ryan Rockwell, where for 30 days I live at an ashram and truly try to heal my life through the power of yoga. I give up certain addictions and embrace truly almost a daily meditation and asana practice just to see what happens. Now, I'm not trying to be anyone's teacher through this. I'm not trying to be anyone's guru. This is simply about embracing the power of yoga to see how it changes my life. With that said, enjoy the experiment.
And your friend Gary said, you guys keep talking about you want to live in a commune. Yeah. He said, but I don't think a commune's what you're talking about. Yeah. I think you're talking about an ashram.
It intrigues me so much how, as human beings, we know things that are great for us, but we don't do them routinely. I'm not saying that every human being is like that. I mean, we know that there's some yogis who are just incredibly disciplined, do their personal practice, do their meditation, do the asanas, really embody the path. Of course, they make mistakes just like everybody else. But then there's a lot of people that are like me that just want to do what's good. I just want to do what's good for my body. I just want to do what I feel is right. Just want to live life to the fullest. And I feel like these things, these addictions that I've picked up over the years, they keep me from that in some ways. I just want to live an incredible life. And I want to live the life that I know is possible from what these saints and sages have told us for centuries, for thousands of years. So, Rick is trying to save me from my sorrows. Woke up this morning completely just out of it. I don't know if it's just the lack of coffee, like no meat, no sex. I don't know what it is. But Rick's trying to cheer me up, take me around to all the nature around Yogaville. And now we're about to have a tour with Bhagavan. He's going to take us around Yogaville. Bhagavan has been living here with his wife, Bhavani. They've been married for over 40 years. They've been following Swami Sat-Chit-Ananda for over 40 years. They had 6 children. Their children had children, and even their children had children. And guess what? Bhagavan's mom is still alive as well. So there are literally like 3 or 4 generations of metros around Yogaville. They are an amazing, amazing family. Thank you so much for obviously sitting down and talking to us. Just to tell everybody the kind of background story is that I used to live in the apartment just catty-corner to you guys. This is your home, and rented an apartment for about a year or something like that. And I got to know you two and your family. You two have been together for 54 years, which is amazing by itself. And then you've grown this amazing, amazing family and raised them here at the ashram. So I felt like this was a love story that needed to be told. And so take me to the beginning, when the two of you met, and kind of guide me through that journey of how the two of you fell in love and then found Swami Sat-Chit-Ananda.
I'd heard that he was starting another ashram because the word was out that he was going to move the ashram away from Connecticut down to the south. And I said, I hear you're going to start another ashram. And we had 5 families in Colorado who had already put money in a bank account and were going to buy an ashram, start an ashram in Colorado.
Wow.
So he's sitting there in the chair. I'm talking with him.
And this is at the ranch, and all the people are there.
People are gathered around,
with Gurudev, and we had this big picnic with him.
He's sitting in the chair. We had a big picnic and a wonderful day. And I said, I hear that you're thinking about starting another ashram. We would like to start an ashram here. And we have the money, we have the families.
Oh, gosh.
He said, ashram, good. He said, and what are we going to call it? And we said, Sat-Chit-Ananda Ashram, Colorado. He said, Sat-Chit-Ananda Ashram, Colorado. And and all these people are interested? And we said, yes, Gurudev, we're very interested. We have, 40 regular people here. We'd already looked at some land, beautiful land out in near Franktown, Colorado, and in the Black Forest. It was really lovely, and we're thinking, oh man, we're going to get this. And he looked at us and he said, Sat-Chit-Ananda Ashram, Colorado, SAC. Well, SAC is sacked. And he said, I want all you to move back to the East Coast.
And 5 of those families did.
And 5 of the families came back.
They
The
did
5 main
move to
families in
Connecticut.
Colorado came back
What
here.
a method of delivery.
What a method of delivery. We were kind of shocked, and then we were, okay. And then I said, okay. And then I said, well, you're going to build an ashram there? And he said, yes. And I said, well, I'd like to help you build it. Can I be a part of building it? He closed his eyes for what seemed like 10 minutes, which was probably 10 seconds, because I really wanted to come here. It was like a huge desire. And he turned around and looked at me and said, okay, come on. And that's how I ended up being one of the central characters building this ashram.
So what was it about this place that
We had sent out groups of 2 all over the South to look, and we'd found 3 or 4. And when he looked at this one, it had everything that he said we needed. It was in the warm climate. In Connecticut, we didn't have a warm climate. It had no zoning, so we could build a community without worrying about zoning. Since then, we have zoning, but we set it up ourselves. We helped them write the zoning, so we can build the way we like, pretty much. And then it had to be on water. And also, he wanted to not impact the neighbors much.
And so what year was this?
This was 79 when we bought it.
So how many acres?
It was 750 originally, and we've added a few, so it's close to 800 acres. And of course, the James River, he wanted to water. So he said every ashram needs to be on the water.
Really?
He said it has a steadying effect. So the first day we were out here, we walked right out here. Oh, look, there's somebody meditating here now. What do you know?
Hey, Reverend Bhagwan.
Howdy on. We're just walking and talking for a few minutes.
Okay.
Can we talk a little here?
Yeah, I'll be quiet.
Okay. No, you don't have to be quiet. We just don't want to interrupt your meditation or...
Oh, no. If you're walking and talking on video, I don't want to be the background noise. That's all.
So we stood right here. I can actually remember I was right here. This is the spot that I was standing in, and there were about 40 of us. And we stood here and did the slokas, Brahmanandam, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Karam. Harman Barcel was leading it, I remember. And so this was our first touchdown on Yogaville as a Sangha. And then we went from here out around to down where Lotus is, and there was nothing here, it was dirt road down to Lotus. It was about 100 degrees and it just rained. The steam was coming up out of the grass. And I thought, oh my gosh, we're going to come down here and build. A couple of other boys came around and they were good carpenters. And we just started in and Gurudev guided us through it. He literally taught me how to build.
Gurudev did?
Yeah, sure. And let me build, I didn't know what I was doing. Like I said, I'd never built a building.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, we met in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Junior year, he could really dance well.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I was not aware of that.
I had
I
made,
didn't know
I
that.
didn't know you could dance well.
Really?
Well, we'll
Yeah,
include
yeah.
some of that later on.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about that.
But as a young person, I decided I wanted whoever my mate was going to be, they would have a spiritual path, be able to dance, and have a good sense of humor. And he had them all. It was
I
great.
told her she should have added rich.
Yeah. Ooh, should have thought of that one.
And I was going to actually make tofu when I got here. That was my plan.
Okay.
I was trying to get out of construction. And I got here and I went up to Washington for 3 weeks, Vashon Island near Seattle, to learn to make tofu.
Okay.
And Bhavani stayed down here. And she said the day I left, she went to open the door in the Volkswagen, it fell off. and they had to put the door back on and duct tape it on.
Oh my God. There's a part of me that wish I had that experience, where I found my teacher, like in living and followed him everywhere, and would, it's just.
Yeah, I know. It's like we were blessed in a way, and also, it was hard. I mean, we were really.
Oh, you had to sacrifice.
We were working sun up to sundown because we were trying to get this ready. He kept saying, "We need to get it ready. They're coming. People are coming. We need to get it ready."
It's a big deal.
The karma that you have is in your mind in seed form, and then it unfolds as your life goes through. And when a seed gets the proper nourishment and water and soil, it grows. And it's the same way in our life. When we have these seeds in us, they're there as youth, so we'll have tendencies toward things in our youth. And then as we grow older, we will, if everything works out in a certain way, it will allow that to sprout. The timing and everything comes together. So Bhavani and I, when we first met, there was all this karma of this life, which is a tremendous life we're living here. And all of that was there at that moment when we would see each other, when we talked to each other. And it was overwhelming. We thought everyone was going through that. But in fact, later on, we realized it was something, very special for us.
And he helped me pass chemistry.
Oh, don't tell that story.
Telling the story.
Okay, it's already in the Akashic records. We'll be okay.
Probably statute limitations.
Yeah. So he had chemistry first period, and I had chemistry third period, and we passed each other in the hall. And for 2 weeks, I was ineligible to cheer because I got a D in chemistry, and you weren't allowed to cheer then. So he passed me the answers to the test in the hall, and so I was able to
take
pass
the test
chemistry.
second period and going out, and I'd put them in my hand just like this.
Good job.
I just
Good job.
touch your hand in the hall and pass them
Sure,
through.
will set you free.
Yeah. Of course, there were no cameras in the halls in those days, so I got away with it. One day I'm sitting there in our house. We're living on my parents' ranch in a small house there.
In Golden, Colorado.
In Golden, horse ranch. And I'm sitting there and I open the paper, and here's a picture of Swami Sat-Chit-Ananda. I recognized him from the posters in the Bay Area in the 60s because he used to talk at the Universalist Church, I think, in San Francisco. And
the IY was there too.
Oh, wow.
The center
the
was
IY
already
was in
there.
Berkeley.
But we didn't.
But we didn't.
And some
even
friends of
cross
ours kept
paths.
saying, "You really need to go see this guy. You need to see this guy," and we missed him.
So when I saw his picture, I said, "Bhavani, we got to go see him."
Yeah.
And so we went down to Loretta Heights College in a snowstorm in our 53 Chevy with those hydraulic air windshield wipers that would go. This is on high. So we're going down the road and snow coming, and we got down there. We walked in and it said donation $5.
No, $7.
$7.
I remember.
$7.
$7.
That's a lot of money back then.
I didn't have any money.
We didn't
Well, this
have-
was a big auditorium. There were
Huge,
500-600
huge,
people.
yeah.
This was in the
auditorium.
70s.
This was in 1973.
71 maybe?
It was March
too?
15th, 1973.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I know is I wrote the check to
Paul
him
of Sun.
because I didn't have any money and the check bounced. I saved it. I still have the check.
And Gurudev said,
Stored in the
okay,
closet.
you guys are getting the story. But Gurudev said, once we told this story sometime out and about when we were giving satsang, he leaned forward and said, "Don't tell that story anymore." Oops, we've told it again.
It's such a great story.
On the next episode of the Yoga Teacher Experiment, the love story of Bhagavana Bhavani continues. Plus, Bhagavan takes us around Yogaville, gives us a tour. We check out the Lotus Temple. Again, another great episode you want to check out.